Alright guys, let's talk about importing images. In InDesign it's actually called placing an image, which is slightly different than importing in other programs, so I want to make that distinction clear. The way you add imagery to InDesign is through the File and then Place, or the shortcut is Command D. We'll click that. It's going to pull up a Finder window for you to select what you're looking to place. We're going to go with this publisher mark scan, and you can see I get a little preview of my selected file in place of the cursor, letting me know that I'm about to drop an image into there. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. I'll show you all of them. I can simply click once in the document and it will import the file at full size. So there it is. Obviously that's a little large for what I'm wanting. We'll move this over here just as a comparison. So I'm going to place the same file. Here we go again. And this time I'm going to click and drag an area, and whatever I define as the image frame, it's going to fill that. The other way we can do it is to draw a pre-existing frame with the rectangle frame tool, or for that matter, if you wanted a custom shape, you could use the ellipses tool. So we could draw that. And we'll make it disproportionate to the actual artwork so I can show you. With this selected, if I go to place the image and select that, it will set it right in there. Obviously, the proportions aren't correct, so to get this to either fill them proportionally or disproportionately, I want to select the actual image. You can do that upon rollover. You get this little disk or eye image. I've never been quite clear on what it is, but if you select that, you can see we've now selected the actual image within the frame. That's analogous to selecting the text in a text frame. But once that's selected, we have a couple options up here. We can fill the frame proportionally, so it'll fill it completely. We can fit the content proportionally, so now it's filled to its shortest axes, so that we can see everything in there. At any rate, you will notice occasionally, this is a fairly large file, that when we are looking at these, they may not be to print quality, they may be pixelated, for instance. That's a function of display performance. You don't need to be looking at all images at 100% clarity all the time, you just need to know they exist. And so in order to save on memory, InDesign will show previews of an image as opposed to the actual image itself. If that's ever an issue, you can come down here and use any one of these for a specific image. Just be aware that if you were to select all of these images and all the images in a 100-page document and convert them to high-quality display, your computer is going to run much, much more slowly. Inversely, if you select everything, its default is typical, but if you select it to fast, it'll simply show wireframes so that you know they exist, and then when we go into our preview mode, we can cycle through things more quickly. It doesn't need to render every image. Alright, so in the next video I'm going to show you how to colorize grayscale images once they've been placed. But for now, this should get you set in terms of getting the images directly into InDesign.